welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse live at E3. I'm extremely pleased to introduce a very special guest to the stage for this segment. We have Miyamoto-san here to show us some special projects that he's been working on at our offices in Japan. Also joining me, I have Bill Trinan here who'll be doing translation, and Ed, who's also from the Treehouse. So I'll let you get us started.
Yes, please.
はい。
それでは始まりましょうか。
もうやりますか。
Shall we go? We
はい
should go.
Yes.
僕 E3 にはWii U のね新しい仕組みいろいろ持ってきたんですけども、まず Wii U をリビングでいろんな楽しみ方をしてもらえることを説明に来ました。
So we brought a number of games here to E3 that are taking advantage of the Wii U gamepad. But one of the things that I've been spending my time on is really making Wii U a device that's going to be much more convenient for you to have connected to your TV in the living room.
Wii U ゲームパッドを使ったね遊びをいっぱい持ってきたんですけど、その前にシステムを少しこの間更新したんですよね。
So we did bring all of these games that use the Wii U gamepad, but before that I want to just touch on the Wii U system update that we just released.
で6月3日に更新したので、これでゲームパッドは持つといつでもパッと画面が出て、でこの間まで遊んでたゲームを選んですぐに立ち上げられるようになったので非常に快適になったと思います。
So we just released this update for Wii U on June 3rd, and what it does is it makes it so that you can just turn the gamepad on instantly, and that has a quick start menu that gives you quick access to the games that you've been playing recently. Makes Wii U much easier to use and much more convenient to have in your living room.
ついでにWii Fit U のねフィットメーターもすごく短い時間でダウンロードできるようになりましたし。
So you also, if you're using your, for example, your Wii Fit U Fit meter, it makes it very easy for you to upload your data very quickly.
からまたピクミンなんですけどピクミンもねピクミン3のままなんですけども、新しいパッチでゲームパッド専用の操作を今度配信します。
And of course it's E3, so I have to talk about Pikmin, but we did just release a new patch for Pikmin 3. The game is still the same, but we introduced a new play control that uses only the touchscreen on the Wii U gamepad.
でそれをね試してもらうと初めての人も遊びやすいし、結構今までの操作に慣れた人も新しい記録が出ると思います。
And so this new control scheme is very nice for people who are first-time players of Pikmin. It's easy for them to pick up and play. But also I think people who've been playing the game, if you start using this new control scheme, you're going to find that maybe you've got a chance to improve your scores even more.
はい、それよりも今日はねこのジャイアントロボットですね。
So now that I'm done with that, I'd like to move on and talk about this first project, Giant Robot.
このジャイアントロボットと今日はザ・ガード、プロジェクトガードというのを紹介するんですけども、今日ちょっと一部の場所でねこれと一緒にスターフォックスも公開しました。
And so these two games that I'm going to show you here at Nintendo Treehouse Live, Project Giant Robot and Project Guard, we introduced to a small group just a couple of days ago, along with another game that I'm working on, which is a new Star Fox game for Wii U.
じゃあ僕ジャイアントロボット説明するんですけど、さっきね気がついたらジャイアントロボットのスタッフが来てるんですね会場に。
Oh, so yeah, I wanted to talk about Giant Robot here today, but what I just realized is I've actually got someone from the development team here, so I'm going to have him come out and help out.
で僕が説明するより彼が操作した方が絶対うまいと思うので。
So I think he can probably play for me a little bit better than I could play while I'm trying to explain. So I'm going to have him come out and play the game for us.
アートディレクターの田中君です。
This is Mr. Tanaka. He is the art director for Project Giant Robot.
絶対僕より上手なので。
He's definitely better at the game than I am.
ジャイアントロボットはねゲームパッドがロボットの体だと思ってください。で大きなロボットの体に自分が乗り込んで、でこう体を動かしてる。
So with Project Giant Robot, what you need to do is think of the gamepad as the robot's body. You're using that to control the upper torso of this giant robot, and you, the player, are riding inside the cockpit, which happens to be inside the giant robot's head.
でこう両方の腕をスティックでいじります。
And then what you do is as you're leaning, you use the left and right control sticks to control the left and right arms of the giant robot.
とりあえずまず優しい敵が出てくるので倒してみましょう。
So this first level, there's a very simple enemy that he can fight against.
でコックピットから自分が見てるんですね景色が。
What we see here on this lower screen, we see the Wii U gamepad screen. That gives you a first-person view from the cockpit inside the robot's head.
ちょっと足元の弾をレーザーで撃ってみましょうか。
And you can see these little kind of robot balls rolling around on the ground, and you can shoot those with a laser by aiming with the Wii U gamepad.
じゃあ戦ってみます。
Okay, so let's have him fight.
これね、単に倒すだけでいいんです。相手に倒されたら負け、倒したら勝ち。
The rules are simple. If you knock your opponent over, you win. If you fall down first, you lose.
Very good.
Well done. Well done.
だんだんといろんなランダムにね、いろんな敵が出てくるので。
So the enemies that appear they appear randomly. So we'll see what comes up in this next stage.
We've been having such a blast playing it in the office. It's so much fun designing these robots.
Oh!
ちょっとかっこ悪いですね。なんか
Oh, that's
順
not
調
too
に行く
cool.
はずなんですけどね。
He was supposed to win that round.
次は勝ちます。
So
次は
he'll
勝ち
he'll
ます
win the next round for sure.
はい。できるだけね、体をこう前にかがめてる方が。
So yeah, when you're playing, there's an advantage to sort of leaning your robot forward. It helps you lower your center of gravity.
操作はこれで持つのと、あと L とR のボタンで前に進むのとバックにされる。
And then you also, as you're to control the robot, you press the L button and the R button to move forward and move backwards. And that's also important for retaining your balance.
もっと前。
So he's backing up there. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
ですね。
It's also key to use the combination of leaning together with the punches to get leverage over your opponent and knock him down like we saw just there.
Awesome. Good job.
これ日本に相撲がありますよね。で、マーシャルアーツとかレスリングではね、倒れ方もまた攻撃するんだけど、倒すだけ非常に分かりやすいですよね。
So these rules are very close to sumo. You knock someone over, you win. In other martial arts or wrestling, you can knock someone down and keep fighting on the ground, but in this game it's fall over and you lose. Oh. Come on, Tanaka-san.
Back up.
Oh, you've got to get your balance. Oh, oh. Oh, no! He's back. Oh!
みんな応援が足りないみたいです。
You guys aren't cheering enough.
じゃあちょっとじゃあちょっとこっちへ来て、実は最初ねちょっとエディットする画面が出てきましたよね。
So at the beginning, you may have noticed that there was a customization screen.
そっち。はい。じゃあエディットをちょっとそっちの画面見ながら説明してくださ
So
い。
take a look at that edit screen, and we'll explain what you're doing here.
これね、体13個のパーツでできてるんですけどもね。
So the robot's body is made up of about 13 different parts.
で顔から体好きな部分に入れ替えて、でサイズを自由に変えられる。
So you can swap these parts out, and you can adjust the size independently for each individual part.
で例えば足を大きくするとこけにくいんですけども、前に進みにくくなる。
And so what you can do, for example, is you can make the feet really large, and that'll improve your balance and make it harder for you to fall over. But in turn, what that does is it makes it harder for you to walk and move forward.
でこれをそろそろ遊んでみましょうか。
Okay, so why don't you finish making your robot, and then we'll start playing.
でこれねインターネットで対戦なんかするといろんな人のどんなロボットが出てくるか楽しみですよね。
So when you take the game and you play it online, you can see all of the different robots that different people have made.
I've got to admit, I've had a lot of fun making the robots, but I've made some that are really impractical, but I love the way they look. They're just
そ
so
うですよ
fun.
ね。そういうパーツを使ってロボットを作る上でなかなか使いにくいロボットを作ってもかっこいいっていうやり方もあり
そうですね。
ますよね。
かっこいいロボットを作ってもそうですよね。
Yeah, it's fun making cool robots, but it's also fun making useful
Yeah,
ones.
you got to make sure it's cool and it actually works.
So this is stage 2 is the robot beatdown.
Nice, nice man.
これなんか電球みたいなのがついてますね。
Looks like he's got some kind of GameCube thing on his head.
Oh, 頑張れ頑張れ頑張れ頑張れ。
Oh, come on.
Come on, you can do it. You can do
Do
it.
it.
レッツ。
Oh,
Ah.
come on.
Oh yeah, back up, back up. Keep that balance.
Oh, you can stand back up.
Oh. Lean and punch.
Yeah, just headbutt him.
Come on, cheer him on.
Oh, come on. Nice,
Oh,
nice, nice.
oh,
Oh,
yes!
nice.
後ろへバックドロップ
One
バックドロッ
Turn
プ
around, turn around.
バックドロップバックドロッ
Ah.
Oh, come on, you can do it.
プよし
Oh,
最後
good job.
Finish,
You've got one more to go.
Oh! Nice. Good job. Awesome.
よかったねはいじゃあもう次のねなんか質問
Do you have any questions or?
I would love to talk more about the different kind of pieces we've got here, because some of it looks like really standard robot parts, but when I was playing around with Creation, I found some really neat looking pieces that I wouldn't normally expect to see on a robot, but they're
そう
really
です
fun.
ね。パーツを見てみると、まあ通常のロボット的なパーツもあったりして、
はい
それ以外にもなんか
ありますよ
ロボットになりそうなものでもないのにすごい面白いパーツ
なんかす
も入ったりして
ごい可愛ら
ますよね
しい。気持ち悪い顔とか
Yeah, there's some that you can use to make really cute but kind of creepy looking robots too.
くらーってきたまして
Make the heads gigantic.
Yeah, I cannot wait to play more of this game. It's awesome.
And there's even Russian Matryoshka dolls that you can use to
Yeah.
build your robots as well.
I made one that was like all those, just all the pieces. It was
それ
terrifying
全
to
部
look at.
使
It
っ
was
たロボ
awesome.
ットを一つ作ってすごい怖かったです。
I think I'm just going to intimidate my enemies down. It's going to be good.
これね男の子もねロボット作るのワクワクすると結構ね女の子も好きなんですよねこういうの
So yeah, I think a lot of people have an impression that guys like to play with robots and make robots, but what we found is that a lot of women seem to like this game a lot
yeah.
too and like designing the robots and making them as well.
Well, you've seen my desk. It's all robot toys.
Yeah.
It's a little ridiculous. Like, there's room for my computer, and then it's all
私の
toys.
机はもう全部ロボットの玩具ばっかりで。
I'm very excited for this
So
one.
this is something like just watching him play. It seems it's very obviously, like you said, a game about balance. And so when you're developing something like that, is that something you're thinking about consciously to sort of integrate the player, a sense of balance with the gameplay?
まあそういう遊び上でバランスを使ったパンチをするっていう遊びになってますけれども、そういう作りながらそれどう組み込むかっていうこともう常に考えてるんでしょうかね。
ながらモデルを作る
So yeah, it's a little bit less about the impact of the punch and a little bit more about the motion and the leverage.
Right.
So sometimes you may be putting your arm out and using that leverage of the balance to then kind of tilt the opponent over or swinging up from down below to knock that opponent back using the leverage.
Nice.
それこの E3 に持ってきたバージョンはね足は動かないんですけども本当はね足も操作できるんですよ
Yeah, in the E3 version, you can only punch. You can't independently move
What
your
else?
legs. But in the version that we're working on back at the office, you have the ability to kick as well.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
you can lift your legs and kick individually, each leg
Nice.
also.
かなりハイテクニックな
Yes, we should. I feel like we should also say that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, it makes it very fun, but it also knocks you off balance fairly easily as well
Right.
when using the kicks.
I feel like we should also say that these are unfinished projects. I mean these are things that we're getting this sneak peek behind the mind
Yes.
of some of our game devs here.
で
So
まあ
this
こ
is
れは
great.
まだ開発中のもの
はい
で結構初期段階で見られるっていうのはみんなにとっては特別な機会なんですね。
そうですね楽しみにしてください
Yes, I hope you'll all be looking forward to playing these when they're done.
I can't wait.
Oh, this is
じ
exciting.
ゃあもう一つ見せましょうか
So we have one more game that we'd like to show you.
次はねこのプロジェクトガードなんですけどもね
This is called Project Guard. Thank you, Tanaka-san.
Thanks.
また林さんまた
So
ディレクターが
for
来てま
Project
す
Guard, I'm going to invite Hayashi-san, who is director on the project, out
はい
to come help out.
今のロボットのゲームもね
Welcome up.
He's very nervous.
すごい緊張してナーバスになってます
Very, very nervous.
さっきのロボットのゲームもみんなで応援するねだからWii U のゲームってこうリビングで一人で遊んで楽しいだけじゃなくて周りで見てる人も一緒に遊べるっていうふうに思って作ってるんですけども
So as you saw with Project Giant Robot, it's a game that's very easy for everybody who's here to cheer on the person who's playing. With a lot of the Wii U games that we've brought to E3, we've got a big focus on not just the person who's playing the game in the living room, but also the other people in the living room who might be sitting alongside that player watching him play and being able to look at the TV screen and participate in the gameplay that way.
でこのゲームはねもっとみんなの応援が必要なんですね
And so this next game, Project Guard, is going to require even more help from the audience.
はいこれ上の画面見てもらったら分かるんだけどこれシチュエーションのような
So if you see the TV screen here, it looks something like a security room.
で セキュリティルームに12個のカメラがあります。
And you've on the monitor, you see the images from 12 different cameras on this one screen.
でカメラがこの一つの迷路を守ってるんですね。
So you're using these cameras to protect your base, which is this little maze that you see down on the Wii U gamepad screen.
で彼はこのコントロールルームで一人でカメラを切り替えながらレーザーでこう攻撃する。
So he's left alone in the control room of this base, and he's got to control the cameras, which can shoot lasers, to protect the base from invasion.
でこのカメラを好きなところに自分で配置できるんですね。
So before you begin, you can position your cameras, you can choose where you want them to be, adjust those positions and their angles, and before you begin.
じゃあ始めましょう。で切り替えは全部このタッチで操作でやります。
And all of the switching between cameras and the positioning can be done using the Wii U gamepad touchscreen.
でこれ
Oh, 5.
あ、
5,
キャメラ5、
Five's
キャメラ5、何かが来てる。
5 and 6.
あ、キャ
カメラ
メラ
5番に来てるいきなり5番に来てる。
5, 6.
あ、キャメラ4。
4番4番4番4番4番4番
Oh, 4 and 1.
6番
Oh, 6
nice.
is running. Oh,
Oh
he's
no,
running.
he's in.
Nice. Oh, number 1. 1.
このね
1, 1.
青い
Oh, 3, 3, 3. Oh, he's there. Oh, he's still good.
So we just saw the blue robot.
青いのがね入ってくるんですよね。
He's got to come
The
up in
blue
another
ones are
camera.
attackers.
Oh,
でこ
camera
の
2.
アタ
Oh,
ッカー
there.
を
12.
このルールで今5ダイヤつけたら勝ちなんですけども、
Nice.
So on this easy
camera-
level, if you shoot 5 of the attacker robots, you'll clear the level.
Oh, camera 2.
トゥトゥトゥトゥ
Oh, oh.
鳥が、
鳥が来ました。
there's a bird.
この鳥はね
カメラ
まあ
five.
後で説明しましょう。
Oh, there's this bird robot. I'll explain that later. 4も鳥が来
Oh,
た。
there's a bird in 4.
Oh, nice.
あ
危ない危ない
Oh, there's a bird in 10.
はい10番から鳥が
Oh,
There you
there's
go.
a bird that's at
こ
the
の鳥はね
at
カ
camera
メラを
10.
持っていってしまうんですよ。
That bird robot will take the cameras and pick
he's
them up
got
and
it.
carry
10番
them
から
off
10番か
somewhere.
ら
No.
10番からよしよしよしよし取り返した。ああ持っていく持っていく持っていく。
Oh,
よし取
Oh
り返し
no,
ました。
4 is down.
oh, camera 4 is down.
See,
はい
12.
11
Got
番
somebody pretty close in.
12番も。
12番
キャメラ1。
12番
キ
12
ャメラ1がやばい。
Oh, 9's got a couple
Nice.
coming in. Oh,
10
number 9
番
and
10番
10.
Camera
10番
10.
9番
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, no. Camera 12.
やったやったやった。
they pick
Ato
up some
ichi dai,
speed
ato
once
ichi
you get
dai.
that first shot in.
Oh, 6 has some pretty close in.
Oh, they're just everywhere now.
uh-oh.
ああいたいたいたい
Oh,
Oh, he's there.
it's time to pull back to the closest cameras.
た。何番何番
Num-
Oh,
What
number?
no,
What
the
number?
line. Hold the
Got it.
line.
7, 7, 7, 7,
Ah.
7,
あ、
7.
キャメラ7。
Oh, no.
あ
Oh.
Failure.
I love how
情けない。
happy they look afterwards. Which
あ
is
まだ
like,
時間ありますか。もうちょっ
Do
と
we
難
still have
しい
time? I think we have a little more time.
これね
We'll
今
play again.
oh my gosh.
このルートでやられました。
So afterwards, it shows you the route that the robot took
で
to get to
ゲー
the
ムパッ
center
ド
of
の
your
画面
base.
には今どういう順序で敵が攻めてきたか見えるんですね。
And then on the Wii U gamepad, you can see the order and the timing with which all the robots appeared.
はい。じゃあもう一回ちょっとね一番難しいのを彼がやってみます。
So now he's going to try the hardest level.
Yeah, I haven't been able to beat this one yet. I've given it a try, but there's so much going on when you get to the hard
This one's
difficulty.
intense,
It's a
so.
little brutal.
ハードになってしまうと随分いろんなロボットが入ってきて
うん
難しくなりますよ
これ
ね。
I think I needed
これ
more
ね
people around
ま
here.
た説明します。いろんなさっきの鳥はね、カメラをこうやって加えて持っていくんですね。
Yeah, so the
Oh,
bird robot that you
three.
saw before, that'll actually pick up your camera and take it, and you won't be able to use it
Oh,
anymore.
number 1. Oh, 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
Oh, you got a couple in two.
Uh,
Oh,
There you
and
go.
you got one of the
あ
little
黒いのい
red
ますよ
robots
ね
there.。
and that black robot that you see on camera 2,
で黒いロボットはレーダーに映らないんですよ
that
ね。
Oh,
that
yeah,
robot
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
appear on your radar
Oh,
on
ale,
the
ale.
Wii U gamepad screen.
Nice. Oh,
That's a
four.
stealth robot.
あいつはカメラで探さないとダメですね。
So you've got to look for him up
Oh,
on the
one, number
monitor.
1.
One, one,
Number 1.
ワンワンワンワン。
あ
ワンワン
あ
もう中へ入って
Oh,
ます
Camera
5's
1.
got a bird.
はい
Freak out.
5番に鳥がいる。
Awesome.
5番に鳥が。
One is out.
Camera 1.
Go on,
Oh,
you totally
camera
get
5's out.
あ、5番はステルスはいますよ。
UFO
Nice.
UFO。
Oh, that was a UFO.
UFO が来てカメラどっか持ってってしまうんですよ。
UFOs will also appear and pick up your cameras and take them away.
Oh, number 6 has
だから
a.
あと赤いタンクが出てくるんですよ。タンクはカメラを攻撃して壊してくるんですね。
Oh,
And then the red robots are tanks, and they'll drive up and shoot at your
あ
cameras.
今ステルスが行ったよ。
There was a
Hey.
stealth
There you go.
robot
Eight.
somewhere.
oh, camera 2.
Yeah, 12,
Oh.
12,
Oh, yeah.
12.
There's the
Oh,
tank.
get him, get him, get him.
12番にタンク
No!
Oh, he's
12番
gonna.
タンク
There
よ
you
し
go. Nice.
Almost. Oh gosh,
Oh my
10
gosh,
and
there's a
9
lot
have
of
a
3番
bunch of
3
folks in
番
them.
に鳥が鳥があ
10番、10番。
10番10番10番
10番。あ、いっぱいあります。
Oh, there's a bird in
あ、
9.
9番。9番。あ、
10番10
3
番
番。
9's got a
3
bird.
番3番
Oh, cameras.
あ
Oh, he's got the 9's walking away.
Oh, we're-
No.
Ah.
Oh.
Very nice.
これなんか今緊張してますって言ってますけ
He's,
ど
I told you he was very
すごいよ。
nervous.
What's how
で
to feel bad for
こ
the
れ
robots?
ねさっきここからやられましたよね
So we see here the route where the robot snuck in.
手振ってますけどでこのデータですあれにやられたんですね
And then you can see on the data here when the robot appeared and which one got in and got into your base and got to the center.
このデータ誰が作ったんでしたっけ
So who created this pattern for the enemies to appear?
これ
He did.
すごい簡単にエディットできるんですね
So this screen lets you edit the robot patterns very simply.
でこれは彼が絶対誰にも負けないデータを一生懸命作ったんですけども
So he spent a lot of time editing the data and choosing a robot invasion pattern that he thought he'd be able to definitely beat.
それに自分がやられました
But then he wasn't able to do it.
That means it was a good design. That's good.
まあ良いデザインはできたという意味なんですね。
何か反省を、はい、
Yeah, I think I needed a little more help from the audience pointing out the cameras.
なんか応援してもらったけどなんかいっぱい言われて分からなかった
Yeah, but there were a lot of people cheering and yelling cameras out, but I think it got confusing and maybe he didn't know where to go.
どうしましょうもう一回やりますかも
Should we go through one more round?
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
say
so.
for
Please,
sure.
yeah. Let's do it.
うはい
今回こそお願いします。
これで
This time he's definitely going to do it.
じゃあもう一回みんな応援してください
Okay, so we'll need everybody to help out this time for sure.
Alright. Two,
Five before the storm. 2 and
camera
3.
2,
Yeah.
camera 3,
キャメラ2、3
カメラ2とカメラ3。
looks like 2.
1、はい、カメラ4。
Oh, camera 1.
1, 1,
2はステルスがいます。
1. Each
Oh,
me.
あ2番にステルスがいるよし
There's, you got a stealth robot on
camera
camera
9.
2 there. カメラ9ですね。
はい
Far.
4
Oh,
番、
4
4's
番
getting
4番
close.
カメラ 4.
Nice.
And-
Oh, number 1.
yeah.
What?
Oh,
Oh, get him,
no.
get him, get him.
Oh,
Nice.
good, good.
Oh, there's a bird on 5.
Bird 5.
5番に鳥
5番に鳥がいる。
はい
Bird on camera 5.
あステ
There
ル
you
ス
go.
が
Oh, number 1's got a bunch coming through.
There's a
Yeah.
stealth
Oh,
robot
camera
there
9,
too.
camera 9.
9, 9.
Nine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
これ
Oh, 2 and 3.
爆弾を打つと
Oh,
煙が出る
camera
When the
11.
bomb falls, you can see the smoke comes out to
あ
obscure your
6
view.
番6番にタンク6番タンク
6番。
あ
Camera 6 has a tank. Uh-oh.
Camera
Camera
2?
6 is out.
Camera 2.
If your cameras get shot, it'll take them a while, but they'll eventually repair themselves.
Must
2番
2番、2番。
あ
Oh, camera 10 has
Okay.
some sneaking in. Oh, good.
9 and
10 番
10.
10番10番
Oh,
10番
bird, bird, bird.
10番10番
あれ
There's a bird in 9.
いたいたいたいた
9番は鳥がいます。鳥は9番取ってしまっ
鳥
た
は。9
UFO も来
あ
る。
UFO 来る UFO 来た
Nice.
There's a UFO, we got that.
Oh.
That's good.
As you can see, the hard level is in fact quite
本
hard.
当に緊張してるみたい
Yes, he's very nervous.
Well, it's hard to feel bad for the robots. They look so happy when they win. It's not bad when they win.
Yeah.
ロボットが勝ってもロボットがすごい喜んでて手を振ったりもするんで、別に悪いことではないんですよね。
Yeah. I love being taunted by Rob right now. That's
そう
great.
ファミコンのロボットみたいな形をしたものでなんかトンとされるっていうのが面白いですね。
あ
Actually, it was Mr. Miyamoto that designed the robots that are in this game.
なんかねファミコンロボットみたいなのを鉛筆でシュッシュって書くと本当に紙にペラペラって書くとデザイナーがすごいのを作ってくれるんです
Yeah, they asked me to just draw quickly on the paper what I wanted, and I drew something that looked vaguely like the old NES Rob the Robot. And the next thing I knew, the designers had just put it into the game.
That's
で
awesome.
ステルスっていうのはね、ちょっと忍者みたいでしょ。
And the stealth robots we designed to look kind of like ninjas.
忍びってこう感じで書いてある。
You can see that it's like they've got the word shinobi, which is the nin from ninja, on their arms.
I think it's really fun that you have to trust your friends that you're playing with, because if they want to mess you up, they can really mess you up when you're playing this game.
そうですよね。その周りにいる人たちに信頼感がないとなかなかうまくいかないですよね。
邪魔をする人がいると。
邪魔をする人もいたら結構邪魔できますね。Yeah, because if people are lying, you're going to have a really hard time beating it.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, you can't, as one person, like keep track of all this when it's going on for a
Control
difficult
chaos.
game.
そうですよね。一人だけでは12個のキャメラの画面を全部見切るっていうのがすごい難しいですね。Yeah, so that's exactly the point. You know, we've designed it so that you're trying to play on your own, but as you're having fun, your mom might walk by and point something out and give you a little hint or something.
Yeah, totally. I'm super excited to play this. I'm always excited about seeing new ways that the gamepad is being used. And you know, you see even here on the show floor, we've got people shouting out at us, and people are getting really invested when you see the main screen versus what the player is seeing, and having that sort of participation is really, really exciting.
まあそうですよね。そういうゲームパッドを使った遊びとしてはすごい充実してて、で大きな画面を見てみると、ここのまあ会場みたいなところでもみんながあの画面を見てすぐ分かってすぐ参加したいんですよねって。Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so even if you're not playing yourself, it's very easy to just join in and kind of cheer on.
ゲームに慣れてなくても参加できるんですけども、このエディターもね、本当に簡単なんですよ。ピュッピュッピュッピュッと押すだけで作れるので、自分が作ったのを遊んでもらうし、彼が作ったのを僕が遊ぶみたいなことは簡単にできますから、これも楽しいです。
And as I mentioned on the Wii U gamepad screen at the end of a match, you can see the pattern that the robots came out in. That pattern is something that you can edit. So it's very easy for you to take the Wii U gamepad screen and edit and create your own robot invasion patterns, and then you can hand that off to someone else and have them try to play and defend the base against the robot patterns, the robot invasion patterns that you created.
That is so cool.
That's going to get rough at
That's
the
gonna be
office.
really exciting.
It's going to be painful.
That's awesome.
Should we take a look at another go here? See how we do? Or?
もうあとちょっと時間がありますけれども、もう一回やりますか？
もう一回チャレンジしますか？
もしくは何かあとは説明したいことがありますでしょうかね。Well, so I lost, even though I designed the robot patterns, but we do have a unit out here on the show floor. So if you're here watching the presentation, it's right over there. We hope that you'll go over and try out the hard mode and see if you can beat the hard mode.
That sounds like an excellent challenge.
These, I must say, you know, for me personally, like this is very exciting to be able to see sort of new takes on traditional game genres. You know, we have like a mech fighter essentially, and a tower defense game here that it's really a new way of that we haven't seen before. These type of games evolving, and it's really exciting as a gamer to be able to see that happen.
ゲーマーとしてこういう普段のジャンルがあって、これそのジャンルのものとまた違う形で新しい遊びが生まれてくるっていうのが、まあロボットは昔は格闘ゲームがあったんですけれども、これは随分違う形の格闘ができるっていう面白さがあって、まあ今回のプロジェクトガードはまあそういうタワーディフェンスというようなものがあるんですけれども、そういった要素があるのに随分違う遊びになっているっていうのも出来上がってますよね。
ですね。これ本当はね、N64 の頃に作ってみたんですよ。なかなか処理の時間が足りなくて、ちょっと完成しなかったので、それを Wii U になったので作ってみようって作ったんですね。
Yeah, so we actually started work on Project Guard back during the N64 days. We had a project back then that we were working on, but the N64 hardware wasn't powerful enough to do what we wanted to do. And so when we had the Wii U gamepad and the power of Wii U, we brought back that old idea and we were able to bring it to life on Wii U in this form.
That's awesome.
これよくゲームをね提出するときにジャンルを書けって言われるんですけども、 ジャンルってないのでニュージャンルって書いとけっていう話をしてます。
And of course, when we're here at E3 and we're preparing all of our materials, we always have to think, well, what's the genre for each game? And we looked at Project Guard and we said, well, there isn't a genre for this, so we just put the genre as maybe new genre.
Sure. There you go. New genre, new
Yes.
genre.
I think it's so fun how different the levels play each time depending on where you put the cameras too. Because I know we've messed around a fair bit in the office with just shuffling the cameras around, and suddenly it's a very different experience. And trying to figure out like, okay, your camera's going to be far out on the periphery. Are you going to be guarding the first defense, or are you pulling everybody back in, or kind of scattering it around? But you really have to think about those angles when you're playing.
あとは面白いのが同じ迷路を何回も遊んでも毎回ねキャメラの位置だけを変えても、遊び方が変わってくるっていうのが結構面白さがあって、同じロボットのパターンでもキャメラの最初の位置が変わるとまた面白さが出るっていうのがいいんですね。
なんか8ビットの頃のゲームってもうちょっとしかないのでみんなでいろんな遊び方をするのが楽しかったですよね。で今こんだけ技術が進んで綺麗なものが作れてもやっぱりその密度を濃く遊ぶっていうのも一つ興味があって。
So yeah, back in the what's interesting is back in the NES days, the games were very simple, and so people found a lot of different ways to play in those same games over and over again. And that's something that I'm particularly interested in, so that even when the hardware has gotten much more powerful, I still like the idea of people being able to go into a game and find a lot of depth to it and replay the game over and over again, even with something that has a relatively simple structure like this.
I think that's something that people have always appreciated about the sort of Nintendo genre. If we're talking genres, like honestly, there always seems to be an essence of key simplicity that people always, when you relive it every time, it can be new, it can be enlivening every single time over and over, and that's something that's always been very, very special.
まあジャンルで言うと任天堂っていうジャンルもあるんじゃないかと思ってそういう遊びやすさがすごいシンプルで奥深さがものすごいあって、何回も繰り返して遊ぶっていうのがやっぱりそれがまあ任天堂らしさっていうのがありますよね。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
こういう遊びをね、これおそらくインターネットにつないで何をしていくか、だから多分オリジナルのロボット、さっきのジャイアントロボットもそうなんですけど、オリジナルのパーツとか、だから僕はもうこのロボットに自分でいろんなデカールを貼ってみたいんですけどそデカールを集めて自分のすごい嫌がられるロボットを作るとか、そういうふうにすごいシンプルなゲームなんですけどみんなでそれを遊び込んでいくっていうことをやりたいなと思っています。
So yeah, if we were to take this game and use the internet to try to build on the gameplay, there's a lot of different ideas we have. We could do things like we're doing with Giant Robot, where you're able to customize your robot parts, so that the robots that are invading are ones that you've customized, or maybe if what you wanted to do was put decals or stickers on your robots, maybe kind of change the design and make them look a little bit scarier, you could do that. I think there's a lot of different ways that we could take this game and expand on the basic idea by taking advantage of the internet or network gameplay.
Sure.
So I've got to ask, since folks are going to be able to play these games on the show floor, is there any advice you'll give them as far as strategy, anything that you tend to do as you're playing these games that might help out the folks who are trying it for the first time?
まあ今回 E3 の会場でこの2つのゲーム触れる機会がありますけれども、特別にこういう戦略性のヒントとか成功するには何をすればいいかっていう何か一言はお願いできますでしょうか。You know, I think what's key for Project Guard is really recruiting the folks around you to help out, and because it's really hard to look at all 12 screens at once, plus the Wii U gamepad screen. So you'll want to recruit the people around you to join in and help you play through the game.
You need people you trust.
That's right.
テクニックで
信頼できる人ですね。
信頼できる人ですね。テクニックで言うと、このカメラを触ったときに、ピュって好きな方にペンでね、指を弾いた方向にカメラがさっと向くんですね。だからこの敵の向いてる方向にさっとカメラを向けて遊ぶと、すごく攻略が早いです。
And then if you want a quick control tip, what you can do is when you switch to a camera on the gamepad screen, if you swipe your finger across the camera as you tap on it to bring it up to the middle view, you'll quickly switch the angle. So if you pay attention to when you're switching to a camera and you swipe that finger or that stylus to change the angle, it'll make it actually a lot quicker than trying to just choose the camera and then choose the aiming and then shoot. It'll make it much simpler for you to take out the robots if you do it that way.
Excellent. Well, there we got some pro tips for you, so be sure to check out these projects. They're both in the booth here today. Anything else you'd like to discuss as we wrap up here?
あと最後の一言は、
そうですね、もう今見ていただいて分かったと思うんですけども、やっぱりリビングにテレビを置いてて、そこにテレビゲームがついてる。これは家族みんなでリビングでみんなで楽しめるのがいいなと思うんですね。それがこの Wii U の大きな特徴かと思います。
So what I think is the biggest kind of unique factor of the Wii U system is that it really is designed to be connected to the TV in the living room and to be something that's fun both for the player who's playing the game to enjoy the games on, but also fun for people who are in the living room with them to be able to sit back and watch and participate lightly in the gameplay as well.
で、今年またね Wii U いろんなタイトル出てきますから、それを遊ぶのと一緒にリビングですぐYouTube を見るとか Netflix を見るとか、これも使い始めるとものすごく便利なシステムなんで、いよいよ Wii U がテレビについてると便利だなと思ってもらえるように揃ったと思います。
And then, of course, we've got a number of great games coming out for Wii U this year. But in addition to that, when you've got your Wii U connected to your TV in the living room, you're going to find very quickly that it's great to use for controlling your TV. It's great to use for watching Netflix or YouTube on your TV as well. And I think everyone's going to find, as they start playing games and using Wii U more and more in the living room, that it really is the best device to have connected to your TV.
I think that's something folks are going to find as they're on the show floor here trying out the games. The more you can recruit the folks around you to help, the better the experience is going to be. Because I think you can say that of a lot of the games that we brought here this year is that they really benefit from that social experience and from having that support.
そうですね、そういう周りにいる人たちの協力の面で、いろんな会場にあるソフトはそういうところがあるんで、結構面白いですね。
It often is about the people around you just as much as the player. I think it's something about
プレイヤーだけじゃなくて周りにいる人も重要ですね。
はい、
楽しいですね。
みんなで使える機会にしてください。
はい。あと最後のスターフォックスの一言は何か言いますか？
何か言いましたっけ？
何か言いますかって。
スターフォックスについて。そうです。スターフォックス順調に制作が進んだので、またこれから順番に皆さんに報告していきたいと思います。まあ1年ぐらいで届けられる準備が揃ってますので、楽しみにしてください。
And just one final quick point on Star Fox. We have gone into full development and it's progressing well. We're going to be showing it to everybody as soon as we feel it's totally ready, but we're planning on completing it within about a year from now. So I hope everyone will be looking forward to Star Fox on Wii U.
I think that's a yes.
Yes. Can safely say
楽しみにしてるみたいですね。
ありがとう。
Well, thank you so much for coming by. This was
this
fantastic.
has been fantastic. And again, getting a closer look at these games has been wonderful. So please stay with us. Coming up next, we're going to have an exclusive look at Xenoblade Chronicles X. So you definitely want to stay by. Just be a few seconds, and then we'll be right back. See you soon. Thank you so much.